and then back to New York, took a break for a while, tried to complete stuff that I was working on, and now we're here.
Yeah, and now we're here, and you have a big event this Friday night, and talk about that at the ReW Gallery.
Yeah, it's kind of a it's in the West Chelsea Arts Center, which was taken over, or it's part of the Highline Art Foundation now.
Ah, the big Highline.
Yeah.
So this Highline is really like becoming a bigger deal by the day. Have you been on the Highline?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Murphy.
Yeah.
Really? Bauhaus?
Really?
Peter Murphy? What was he doing? Riding a bike?
Was he doing yoga on the Highland?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it's
yeah, he was yoga before yoga was a big thing.
Yeah.
Now yoga's having a bad week.
I know.
Oh, I know. It's like, but you know, back to
Thanks,
you then.
Dakota.
Do you do yoga?
No.
Well, Dakota?
No, I was talking about like oh, maybe that's the wrong name. I was talking about like Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Hoda. Oh, was
What do they
she
call
doing
Hoda?
it? Were they?
Yeah, they were talking about it.
Oh, they were the ones. Oh, today they were.
Yeah.
Look at that. And so are we. We're in the now on this show, man.
I woke up and then I had to run home to walk the dogs.
Dakota.
And Dakota and Kathy Lee.
Kathy
Hoda.
Lee.
Yeah.
It's like
They were
Kathy
talking
Lee and
about
not
yoga.
Regis.
Yeah.
Yeah, yoga's getting a really bad rep. Everybody's like complaining that they've been hurt and getting strokes. It's like, yeah.
From yoga?
It's a long story.
You
It's
want
like
to
a lot of
straighter,
people.
like I like
You shouldn't
to
do it as
have
a
posture
gym.
and breathing correctly and shit. This shit is
No, it's just New Yorkers get
Love yoga.
competitive and you're
It's
not
good for
doing
sex.
yoga.
It's
It's
excellent
like,
for
it's
sex.
turning into
Breathing
like a
exercise.
sport that you compete against yourself to be able to do all these things, and it's not about that.
Maybe
What?
Let's do it after the show.
Maybe we should what?
Do it after the show.
Do some
Go
yoga?
to a yoga
Yoga
class.
is
Yeah,
great
let's
for
do it.
sex.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing when done right. But tell me about the Highline. I love how we segue here. So this ReW Gallery is part of the Highline.
It's part of the West Chelsea Arts Center, which is on 26th and 10th, which is this huge, massive building that's full of all these galleries. And I am taking over the 9th floor. It'll be a solo exhibit, which is my work.
That's amazing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And you're having an opening.
Yeah, that's this Friday.
And we'll be there
Yes.
doing little interviews.
Yeah,
We'll be the ReW
Yeah.
team.
What time?
Well, it's because it's a foundation. They're really like at 9 o'clock. It's done. So
it
it's
starts
6 to 9.
6 to 9, Friday, February 3rd,
Yeah.
at the ReW Gallery,
Yeah.
which is the 9th floor.
Yeah. It'll be the whole 9th floor of the ReW Gallery.
So are these new pieces, old pieces?
Yeah. It's everything from 2009 to current. So there'll be, I think, 19 new pieces and 3 installations.
Now, when you say 19 new pieces, are these pieces like your big paintings? Or
Yeah, this is a lot of stuff that I did a couple smaller ones this year, but
Now, just to get it right, this is Oscar Daughter. You gotta look him up. I mean, here is she gonna be there?
she might be there if I can get her out
This
of
is
bed.
an example of, she's big. This in real life is a
Come on.
huge.
I have seen that at
She's
least twice
huge.
today,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
know where.
And this,
It's been used as an album cover, so some people have.
yeah, Oscar has a lot of color in his stuff.
You know,
This hat now, the little guy, that's
my
like-
logo.
that's your logo, and like.
But this stuff this is all older stuff, but the new stuff has not. That's a new piece. That's about 8 foot by 8 foot.
8 foot by 8 foot. So is that bigger than live for one of these things?
Well, this piece actually went to a collector already, so we're just doing. I'll just be doing silk screens of this in a smaller, on smaller canvas for now. But yeah,
So
there will be 19 original new pieces that you haven't seen that weren't at the last show.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Any televisions? You got the TVs going?
A little different this time. It's
Good.
gonna be more like last time was a little bit punk whimsical, where this is a little more industrial, abstract, a little more of a.
So how long does it take you to do a piece?
Well, you know, anywhere from some of them 3 months, some of them take a year. You know, it just depends. There's one that I did with
Wow.
motor oil and had to harden it, and then I did it with black metallic paint. And
Now, do you premonition it before you start, or is it a work in progress where it kind of morphs itself into what it's going to be? Like, what makes you think of what kind of stuff you're going to use in each piece?
I think it's just I don't. You know, honestly, I really don't.
Does it take you over? Do you feel like you
yeah,
channel?
it's just kind of like I go into orbit, and then I
Right.
have some flashback from '80s acid trips, and next thing you know, I'm painting.
Yeah.
80s acid trip.
Yeah, but it's not. There's no purpose behind it, or there's no. I mean,
There's no
there
template.
might be for somebody else, but for me, you know, when
It just kind
somebody
of
says what inspired you or whatever, you know, usually it's what inspired, you know.
You're just passing an energy through.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
just something
channel.
else.
Do you work on more than one at a time, or is it just
Yeah,
one
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes there
It
will
seems
be.
like a year is a long time to work on one
Right.
thing.
Right, like sometimes you have to go back to it because you're like experimenting with it, but you don't want to like just give it up because you know, I mean, you start to learn the process when you're working with new mediums like metallic car paint and
Motor
motor
oil.
oil and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you don't know.
Motor oil.
Yeah.
How do you pick your colors?
I mix a lot of my colors. You've seen them,
Yeah.
so a lot of them are original color tones.
So
that
is
I
there a color tone in this event?
There's 4 collections, and it's a lot of it's different than what I've ever done before. I had some of the stuff framed in like museum Italian gilded gold frames,
Wow, I love that.
which is really kind of bizarre because the work is a little bit more industrial.
Right.
So it's kind of this play on both mediums,
Right.
and then some of the other collections are just large and abstract and very, you know, just kind of this it's I don't want to say splatter, but it's more of a it's called peeled sticker, and it's more of a texturized abstract.
So, not to change the subject, but you sold 200 "Fuck You Rick Perry" T-shirts. Now, like,
That was like one day, right?
Yeah.
like, what inspired that, and what does it look like? Does it,
They
can
were.
people still buy it, or is it sold out?
They can. They're a little bit hard to produce now because I didn't want to just use like, you know, American Apparel or Hanes beefy tees. So I went and I got this vintage cotton.
That's because you're an artist, Oscar Dyer. That's because you care about like every
So,
aspect of the product, which most people like me would just go for the cheapest shirt.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
but they were really cool, and they were
I'm
so
sure.
they were like really distressed, but then they had this really like, you know, comical message on them. Well, I thought it was comical,
Right.
but
Well, obviously 200 people thought so too.
Yeah. So it was kind of hard to make. At first, I made like 12 of them, right?
And they sold really fast.
I just silk screened them, and then what happened is I had to send the actual screen print into a T-shirt company to make them for me because I was
Too many orders.
just getting
Snowball.
too many. Yeah. So there was people like. What's funny is I'll get messages from people in San Francisco that are like, "Hey, yeah, I just bumped into somebody while I was in, you know, Portland or something, and they were wearing a 'Fuck You Rick Perry' shirt."
Would you
So-
wear one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
I might put some iron on and make my own, but it won't be
Yeah.
as good as yours.
I'll see if I have one
Yeah.
left.
We can
all right?
wear it. I'll
I
wear
gave you
it.
shirts before.
I
right?
do. I have this guy.
Yeah.
And I wear it a lot. I
know.
love that
I've seen
shirt.
like.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and get a skeleton from your closet.
All right.
Some last licks of this day's February 1st Road Hill. So we will be right back. Yes, Don Cornelius. But happy birthday, Lisa Marie Presley. I love her so much.